From the bar that surrendered its liquor license even after Jon Taffer helped pull it back from the nearly $900,000 in debt, to another that shut down despite a 40% increase in sales. Here's what happened to the bars Jon Taffer couldn't save, starting with Kilkenny's Irish Pub. At first glance, the bar looked like the kind of laid-back beach bar you would expect to find near the Redondo Beach Pier in California. The place had once been a busy neighborhood hangout, opened by sisters Allie and Alexis Speed, who used their inheritance to start the business together. In the early days, the bar actually did well. Locals stopped by for drinks, music, and the casual beach atmosphere.
Bar's open! What are you drinking?
Upon opening, Kilkenny's thrived, and people flocked to the hot new bar on the pier.
But the early success didn't last long. Once Allie put her ex-boyfriend Carlos in charge as general manager, things quickly spiraled. Poor management, bad decisions, and the lack of oversight pushed the bar to nearly $900,000 into debt. When Jon Taffer arrived, he and his wife Nicole first observed the bar from his usual SUV stakeout while reading customer Yelp reviews that painted a troubling picture.
So here are some Yelp reviews. If I were in the area again, this would definitely be the last place I would suggest going for something to do. 2 girlfriends and I ordered margaritas. They all came out in different glasses. I bet they don't even have margarita glass. Manager was pretty clueless.
To get a closer look, Jon sent his wife, Nicole Taffer, inside for recon. Almost immediately, Nicole noticed certain things that were contributing to the bar's downfall.
When I first walked into Kilkenny's, I was immediately confused as to what the concept was supposed to be. There's nothing Irish about the decor whatsoever. In fact, it looks like a big open room. I expect the menu to have some Irish fare on it that reflects the concept. Their menu doesn't even touch on any kind of Irish food. Oh, damn.
Is that what you bought?
I mean, the cheese looks like a slice of flypaper. I pushed my food plate away from me because it was just inedible at that moment. Well, we're going to pass on that.
Things became even more awkward when Nicole saw a customer carrying Allie on his shoulder while another gave her a shoulder massage. It was a moment that made it clear that the leadership inside Kilkenny's had completely lost control. When Jon finally walked in, he didn't waste time addressing the problem. The bar lacked structure, the kitchen was messy, and the manager, who was their biggest problem, seemed more interested in texting than actually running the business.
Okay, if you're going to talk to me, put that thing down and look at my face, okay?
Give me 1 second, dude. Don't.
TV, this is respect, man. Look me in the face and put the damn phone down. Come on, Carlos, you want to work with me?
Hold on a minute.
With so many issues holding the business back, Jon decided a full rebrand was necessary. And to do that, he invited Josh Capon to handle the kitchen affairs, while Michael Tips elevated the bar with his mixology skills. Jon also brought in a design team to completely overhaul the bar's confusing layout, transforming it into a proper beachside bar. After the renovation, Kilkenny's Irish Pub reopened as Breakwall Bar and Grill, designed to match the nearby beach environment with a brighter, cleaner concept.
Say hello to the Breakwall, a surf barbecue bar.
For a short time, the new identity seemed promising, but the improvements didn't last long once the cameras stopped rolling. Online reviews remained mixed, with some customers still complaining about how they were not impressed. Eventually, the bar ran into a much bigger problem. In January 2012, Breakwall surrendered its liquor license after withdrawing an application for a replacement license, which meant the business could no longer legally serve alcohol. Without alcohol sales, the business had no realistic way to survive. Not long after, Breakwall Bar and Grill officially closed its doors, lasting only about a year after the episode aired. With a heavy heart during the closure, Allie said, "Sadly, we had no choice. We truly thank our patrons, employees, and the Redondo Beach community for their support over the past 6 years. Although they were appreciative, the damage was already done, and the next bar faced its own liquor license issues along with even bigger problems." At Swanky Bubbles' peak, the bar was reportedly bringing in around $100,000 a month, attracting customers who were curious about its bubbly-themed drinks and lively nightlife atmosphere.
In our heyday, this place was doing $100,000 in business a month.
But as time passed, the excitement that once surrounded the bar slowly began to fade. Within just a few years, the crowd started getting smaller, and the once popular lounge was suddenly losing close to $4,000 every month. Part of the problem came from the leadership behind the business. Owner John Frankowski was rarely present, sometimes spending only a couple of hours a week at the bar. That left most of the responsibility on co-owner Ryan Dorsey, whose management quickly became a source of tension among the staff.
They didn't even tip me. All the stuff got comped, they didn't tip me anything.
The low tips have led to high tension. creating an unbearable working environment.
It's insulting. This is serious.
During Jon Taffer's first observation, several troubling issues became clear. As a spy to know how Ryan handled the bar activities, Jon sent his wife, Nicole, along with her friend, to act as singles and see how Ryan would treat them. And it was clear that Ryan was the bar's problem when he began flirting with the women and started giving away free drinks, which only made things more uncomfortable for them.
You can pout very well.
I want to do the white chocolate decadence.
If you're nice to me, I'll give them to you. How about that?
Yeah?
What's up with that? Extra chocolate martini?
Who came up with that?
That's me.
I don't know any woman that would ever come to a place that had a sexual chocolate martini. Creepy, creepy, creepy. Ryan did make us feel a little uncomfortable.
Aside from Ryan's questionable management skills, the bar had a narrow structure that made it difficult for the bartenders to do their work, including an unappealing menu and a dirty kitchen.
Your glasses clean in this? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I couldn't believe the stench coming out of a dishwasher. The dishwasher is used to sanitize the dishes. Smell that, smell it.
It's disgusting.
Oh, that's Rap City.
The problems were too much that Jon decided the only way forward was a complete transformation. The bar was rebuilt and given a fresh identity, reopening under the new name Sheer, with a cleaner design and a simplified menu meant to attract a more upscale crowd. However, this new concept didn't last long. Soon after Jon Taffer left, owner John Frankowski reportedly reverted the bar back to its original Swanky Bubbles name, abandoning many of the changes introduced during the rescue. Unfortunately, the problems didn't stop there, as they started receiving terrible reviews from customers such as, "The service was really slow. It made me dislike this place." As if it wasn't enough, the business soon faced tax liens and a dispute with the landlord over its liquor license, which eventually became inactive. Without the legal ability to serve alcohol, the bar had little chance of surviving. And by November 2011, only months after the episode aired, Swanky Bubbles officially shut its doors for good due to all the problems that had arisen. Unlike Swanky Bubbles, which took a slow but devastating burn before shutting down, the next bar quickly ran into a different disaster. When Jon Taffer arrived in Fairfield, Ohio to check out Win Placer's show, he quickly realized the bar had a confusing identity. The place was owned by Barry Rogers, a U.S. Navy veteran who had invested his entire life savings, about $50,000, to buy the struggling bar.
I wanted to do something that I could put my own stamp on and put my own ideas into. So I used all my savings, close to $50,000, to buy the bar.
As Jon watched the hidden camera footage, the problems became obvious. Drinks were poorly made, the food was microwaved, and the service was slow because Rudy, one of the owners, was more interested in his band than he was in the bar.
Rudy's band here played last Saturday night. Watch this. And look at this. He gutted the place, cleaned it out, and he works about 3 days a week. I mean, that was ugly to me. What do you think of that bar?
It's a disaster, John. It's unorganized. Everything's a mess.
This thing has no point of difference. There's nothing special about it.
One spy ordered a Long Island iced tea that was so strong that it was almost undrinkable.
When I ordered the Long Island iced tea, I couldn't believe how much alcohol was in that thing. It's wasteful, and it's costing them a lot of money.
While the food platter came out rubbery. Jon's walkthrough showed the worst part of the bar. He found spoiled fruit, filthy soda guns, and raw chicken thawing out on the counter in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You know what that is? Syrup, bacteria, E. coli.
This is bacteria in every glass in this bar.
The filth and mismanagement in the kitchen has brought tension between Jon and Rudy to a head.
To make matters even more shocking, Jon later discovered that the bar had lost about $600 in liquor in just one night.
Pays every liquor bottle in this bar. Who worked Saturday night? Good job, guys. You gave away $600 worth of liquor.
The reason soon became clear. Rudy admitted that he had been giving away free drinks to customers and friends just to keep up with the Saturday night's vibe.
If I had a partner like that, he wouldn't be my partner in the morning. Rudy walks all over this place, doesn't he?
On Saturday night, it was Rudy's band playing here, and we're told to get a shot and take it up there and don't worry about it.
That's not completely 100% true.
And because of this and other traces of Rudy's carelessness towards the bar, Jon stepped in with a major change. Rudy was pushed out of ownership, which was a rare moment on Bar Rescue.
John's put all this on me for coming in here and this bar's failing. That's a crock.
Not into something else.
Yeah, it's all good.
In his place, bartender Amber was brought in as a part owner because Jon believed she had the passion that the bar needed.
I saw the tears in your eyes. I see your commitment to this.
Yes.
So guys, this is awesome. Let's write a check. Congratulations, Amber.
Thank you. I believe in this bar. I believe in my people. I've worked here since day one. I could have went anywhere and made a lot more money, but now I'm ready to move forward and make a lot of money.
Eventually, the bar was completely rebranded as America Live Bar and Grill. The makeover added a barbecue concept with an electric smoker, a whiskey and bourbon menu, karaoke with a touch-tune system, and even a photo booth to create a lively atmosphere. And for a short time, the changes seemed to work. Sales reportedly rose about 25% within 6 weeks of Jon's visit. But shockingly, America Live closed in July 2012, even before the episode aired on television. This happened as a result of some drama around the bar's ownership. According to a message the owners posted online at the time, they claimed 2 people in the community had worked behind the scenes to take control of the business, leaving them unable to access the bar and costing them their life savings. After the closure, the building changed hands several times. A new bar called Buzzards Bay Pub opened there for a while before shutting down in 2018. Later, another business called Mango's Tropical Oasis took over the location, but was eventually destroyed in a fire, with over $250,000 lost in damage. Like America Live, the next bar didn't last long, but what happened to it was even more surprising. Before going inside J.A. Murphy's Tavern, Jon's daughter, Sam, helped with recon by reading Yelp reviews in the car. The comments were worrying. Some customers claimed that it was a room filled with drunks, and the food had actually made them sick. Once Jon walked in, he quickly discovered serious health issues in the kitchen. The cook handled raw chicken and chips at the same time without washing her hands, which created cross-contamination.
Hello. My name is Jon. What's yours?
Tammy.
Tammy, I watched you pick up raw chicken all night in your hand and then touch cooked food. Do you know how bad that is?
What the hell do I do?
How dare you pick up raw chicken and then pick up cheese with your hand, pick up crab with your hand, pick up spices with your hand. Shame on you!
Jon was furious and immediately shut the kitchen down, even warning customers not to eat the food. The next day, he had a meeting with the staff members to analyze what had been holding them down. To improve things, Jon brought in mixologist Chris Cardone and bartender Jeremy Costa to train the staff. But during renovations, the team discovered that the bar had structural problems when they found a rotten beam in the basement caused by plumbing issues. And because of this, the soft opening had to be cancelled while experts fixed the building.
Right now, I should be half done with my remodel, but I'm not because of structural problems.
After repairs, Jon finally revealed the new concept. J.A. Murphy's was rebranded as Murphy's Law, complete with a new draft beer system and a cleaner, more modern feel. The relaunch was stressful, but the bar managed to get through the night and start fresh.
Hustle, honey.
Absolutely.
Now you should be taking her credit card from her.
Awesome, awesome.
Poppers and nachos.
With that, the results seemed encouraging for the first few weeks. Food sales reportedly rose about 15%, and drink sales increased 25% after the rescue. Online feedback also showed early promise as the customers' review praised the bar, expressing how they really liked the place. Unfortunately, the momentum didn't last. Murphy's Law closed in July 2012, only a few months after Jon's visit, and even before the episode aired on TV. The biggest problem was debt, along with structural issues in the building that made it difficult to sell the business to new owners. As for the owners, Murphy moved out of Los Angeles, while Gallant lived in Federal Hill, where he took up a day job in the IT industry. While Murphy's Law quickly ended without airing, the same cannot be said for the next bar, which rebelled against Jon. When Jon Taffer arrived at the Chicken Bone with his wife, he immediately began scrolling through the bar's Yelp reviews, and the comments quickly started raising some serious red flags.
Let's take a look at our Yelp reviews. They are confused. A dive bar that invites families to dine? Please explain to me why I would want to enjoy a beer with friends with screaming children running around a bar. I couldn't believe my friend dragged me here. What was she thinking?
To get a better look inside, Nicole went undercover as a spy. The bar itself was huge, around 42,000 square feet, with an L-shaped bar and a small stage where local bands performed. But despite the size and potential, the place didn't feel welcoming. Nicole quickly noticed that the floor looked filthy, like it hadn't been properly cleaned in a long time. The menu didn't help either. It was long, confusing, and even filled with spelling mistakes. When Nicole finally ordered the buffalo mac and cheese, the dish left her feeling nauseous and gave her heartburn.
The menu was so busy and confusing, and it's really huge. It just kept opening and opening and opening. They misspelled surprise. The word surprise was misspelled. It said surprise. They forgot the R. But the second surprise I experienced was a little bit of heartburn and an upset stomach. I seriously got a little sick from it.
Jon soon walked in and confronted the owner, Bill, about the problems. Even though the bar was bringing in nearly $2 million a year, it was somehow still losing money. And Jon believed that the biggest issue was the concept. The bar tried to be family friendly, but that only pushed away people who were looking for a place to drink and relax, because nobody would want to come to a bar with kids in it.
And what the people at the bar were telling me is that they used to come here to see the bands, but nobody wanted to come here because there were a bunch of kids running around.
Oh, this is not going to be an easy one. It's a question of re-educating the owner from square one.
To help fix things, Jon brought in mixologist Michael Tips and chef Spike Mendelsohn. Their inspection uncovered even more issues, like missing safety mats behind the bar, spoiled chicken in the walk-in fridge, and a dirty kitchen that wasn't ready for service. Jon pushed for big changes. The menu was cut down, drink recipes were standardized, and the bar received a full renovation. He even planned to change the bar's name, but before that could become a reality, Bill quickly proved himself to be stubborn to work with and showed dissatisfaction with Jon's suggestions.
Take it down.
Yeah?
Take it down now.
Oh, I won't take it down right now.
Yeah, I want you to.
I will say this to you with all due respect. This is the discussion that we will have at a separate time.
That sign goes down?
We're clear that that sign goes down, but I'm not agreeing to get rid of the name yet.
That name is going to change.
Okay, so the debate will continue. Do we agree on that?
For you, but it's not continuing for me.
However, after a while, he eventually agreed, and the name was changed from The Chicken Bone to The Bone Chicken and Tunes. When relaunch night arrived, the staff were nervous. The kitchen computers briefly crashed and slowed service, but the team recovered quickly. Customers enjoyed the live music, food, and properly mixed drinks, making the night feel like a success.
One of the most important things that Jeff complained about was that Bill's a control freak. He didn't empower Jeff so that he could really run the business. Tonight, Bill did that.
The crowd is enjoying the live music.
After the rescue, the reviews were mixed. The bar averaged about 3 stars on Yelp, with some customers praising the wings. But that would soon be changed as, over time, the owners quietly returned to the original name, The Chicken Bone, and many of Jon's changes were undone despite knowing the fact that the previous style wasn't working. Unfortunately, the bar couldn't keep going forever. The Chicken Bone temporarily closed in November 2014, about 3 years after the episode aired. The owners explained that slow summer seasons and rising costs made it difficult to stay open. They'd promised to reopen after a while, however, that never worked out, as they remain closed to this day. They even tried to sell the business for $175,000, but no buyer stepped in. To this day, it hasn't sold, and the location remains empty. Chicken Bone ended partly because they went against Jon's rules. However, the next bar took everyone by surprise. To get a real customer perspective, former NFL player Chris Long and Dan Katz from Barstool Sports stopped by as spies at O'Kelly's Irish Pub. They ordered Budweiser, a local favorite in St. Louis, but the beer was flat.
What do you think? Here's a little, flat, maybe? How can you succeed pouring a bad beer in St. Louis? This is the home of Budweiser.
That's an embarrassment.
The food wasn't any better, as the burger was simply microwaved instead of being cooked fresh. All of this happened while Andrea, the owner, watched everything through the hidden cameras with Jon Taffer in his car. Seeing how her nephew and bartender, Cameron, and her manager, Kim, dragged her bar into the mud with their poor management skills.
Come here. I'm gonna call Andrew to come down here if you don't start getting your together.
Shut up.
That broke her heart and left her embarrassed.
Look, he has Kim in tears. This kid has a frickin' attitude, Andrew.
I'm too embarrassed.
Well, use it to get pissed.
I need to fix it.
When?
Now.
Okay, you are gonna walk up to Cameron and your manager and take frickin' control of this.
The next day, Jon returned with experts Sean Ford and Chef Mike Ferraro to inspect the bar. They discovered mold behind the bar, insects floating in liquor bottles, and nacho cheese sitting at a dangerous temperature at 104 degrees. Things were visibly worse, and Jon knew he had to change the bar drastically to have a chance of survival. To fix the management issues, Jon encouraged Andrea to promote Tina, a more responsible employee, into a leadership role.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Tina. Nice to meet you.
You have a little management experience in this business? How is it to work with Kim?
Well, she gets a little stressed out here and there.
Would you say that your standards are higher than your managers?
Yes.
You need to take control of this place, do you hear me? Andrea, we have a lot of work to do. You agree?
Yes, watching you the past few days, you've done a remarkable job. Would you be interested in possibly stepping up as a manager?
The staff was then trained to pour proper beers and create food recipes using Budweiser in a way that would please the customers. After the makeovers, Jon revealed the bar's new identity, Pastimes on 4th. The relaunch included a Budweiser-focused concept, a new POS system, and a fresh look designed to attract sports fans.
Oh, Pastimes on 4th.
Thank you.
It's great.
You like the name?
I love it.
Pastimes on 4th, a St. Louis pub.
During the relaunch, the staff worked together much better. Cameron behaved professionally, Tina managed the team, and customers enjoyed the new food and drinks. At first, things seemed promising, but behind the scenes, the owners had already started thinking about selling the business. In fact, Pastimes on 4th was listed for sale in April 2016, around the same time the episode aired on TV. The bar ultimately closed in July 2017 after being sold to new owners who decided not to keep Jon's concept. This new bar, called the Honky Tonk STL, later opened in the same building and has received strong reviews with a 4.3-star rating on Yelp. As for Andrea, she continued focusing on their successful restaurant, Mama Campisi's, also known as Mama's on the Hill, which they ran while managing the bar. Fortunately, it remains open and is popular in St. Louis with a 3.9-star rating. At least running a restaurant seemed to work better for the Pastimes on 4th bar owner. But for the next bar, things didn't survive long after the rescue. As Jon Taffer arrived in San Mateo, California, he pointed out that the city sits on the San Francisco Peninsula just south of San Francisco.
So here we are, San Mateo, California. It's the Mandala Lounge.
Stating that out mattered because the area is known for being fairly wealthy, with lots of professionals and tech workers living nearby.
You think of San Mateo.
This is a great area.
It is a great area. Just south of San Francisco. There's a population of about 160,000. 43% of the population is 25 or under.
Oh.
So this is that Silicon Valley, young, techie, single.
Okay.
So in theory, a good cocktail bar should have no problem attracting customers who are willing to spend money on quality drinks. But the bar Jon came to help, Mandala Lounge, was struggling badly. The bar originally opened in 2004 when owner Greg Hawkins launched it with the goal of creating a stylish cocktail lounge for the area.
When we first opened, this was absolutely the biggest thing going on in San Mateo. We were the only bar that was providing the custom cocktail thing.
For a while, the plan actually worked. Mandala Lounge became one of the few places nearby known for proper cocktails, and it built a solid local following. But everything changed after the 2008 financial crash, also known as the Great Recession.
The economy crashed in January 08. We went from doing a little over 60,000 to 24,000.
This is not welcoming, it's not inviting, and it's certainly not upscale.
To understand what was really happening inside the bar, Jon, together with a cocktail expert, Mia Mastroianni, observed the bar through the hidden cameras, and right away, they noticed some abnormalities in the bar.
When people look at the color pink, their appetite diminishes.
Really?
So you're inclined to eat less and drink less. So a pink room like that is not conducive to sales.
But the biggest issues weren't just the decor. As Jon watched the staff work, it became clear that Greg's management style was creating tension behind the bar.
You know, I mean...
Well, maybe because they're walking under a $30 banner into a pink frickin' room with all male bartenders.
When Jon stepped in to help, one of the biggest changes was giving the business a brand new identity. And that was done by updating the design, introducing a new drink menu, and retraining the bartenders so service could run smoothly. Mandala Lounge was relaunched as 38th Floor Bar, a playful name meant to give the place a feel of a high-rise cocktail lounge. Customers also filled the room, and the staff handled the busy night with confidence. Within a few weeks, the business was already seeing improvement. Greg later reported that sales had increased by around 40% after the rescue. However, the good times didn't last forever. In April 2016, Greg announced that 38th Floor Bar would be closing permanently due to the difficulties they were facing, which was roughly a year after the episode aired. And to make sure the closure was more memorable, the bar held farewell events on April 29th and April 30th, giving regular customers one final weekend to celebrate before the doors shut for good. Greg later thanked Jon Taffer and the bar rescue team for their help, explaining that the rescue gave the business a second chance, even though the long-term financial pressure was too much. As of 2026, the 38th Floor Bar location in San Mateo is no longer operating as a bar. And while the bar's closure was celebrated, the next bar challenged Jon's expertise, and it quickly affected the business. After confronting the problems at Park 77, Jon Taffer and his team moved quickly to transform the bar into something completely different. The renovation was done in just 36 hours, which meant the crew had to work almost non-stop to finish everything in time for the relaunch. One of the biggest upgrades happened outside. The patio area was designed to look much more modern and welcoming, so people would actually want to spend time there.
There we go.
Inside, Jon added games and outdoor heaters so customers could relax and stay longer without feeling uncomfortable.
Obviously, I wanted to create interaction and fun out here. So having the ping pong tables, the beer pong, this is a play area. Yeah. With just a couple of heaters, a little warm, this almost doubles your revenue potential inside.
The bar also received several pieces of new equipment provided by bar rescue sponsors, helping the staff run the bar more efficiently during busy nights. But Park 77 had another strange piece of history that Jon definitely didn't approve of. At one point before the rescue, the bar had allowed an adult film shoot to take place inside the building. Jon was clearly frustrated when he learned about it, especially because the couch used in that filming was still sitting inside the bar.
That's disgusting.
This is the epitome of your failure. You drunken fool. You.
Oh my God.
So it was part of what he trashed while renovating the bar. And after the renovation, Jon rebranded Park 77 under a new name, The Lister.
I love the sign, I love the windows, I love the fire. It was exactly what I needed.
The concept was designed to feel more upscale and polished than the original bar. Customers showed up for the reopening, and the atmosphere felt more energetic than before.
Angelo here, Tommy here, they're all working together. Is Wayne out there having a good time? Smiling, he can't stop smiling.
However, things didn't stay positive for long. When Jon sent two spies to revisit the bar during a Back to the Bar segment in 2016, he discovered that the owners had already undone many of the changes. They removed some of the artwork Jon installed and even added a ping pong table to the dance floor.
And I put my heart and soul into this place.
The owners openly said they disliked the remodel and even criticized Jon's approach to their business. In a surprising move, they even brought back the same couch associated with the earlier adult film shoot, seemingly to annoy Jon further. But eventually, the business ran into bigger problems. In April 2021, the Lister closed permanently, with the COVID-19 pandemic and ongoing financial issues playing a major role. Although the bar surprisingly lasted up to 6 years after the rescue, choosing to rebel against Jon was the first step toward its downfall. And like them, the next bar survived only a few years before challenges dragged it down. When Jon Taffer arrived in Framingham, Massachusetts, he was called in to help a struggling bar known as Angry Ham's Garage. The call for help came from Tim Hanna, one of the owners, who was worried that the business was heading toward closure. After spending some time observing the bar, Jon discovered that the staff had given away $2,807 worth of alcohol in 4 days, something that no failing business should even think about doing.
In 4 days, you guys gave away $2,807 worth of liquor.
Not only that, but the bar lacked structure, which was one of the things that affected their progress.
Treating employees like friends has led to a free-for-all environment that has caused a major rift between the bar staff in the front of the house and the kitchen staff in the back.
Hands, please!
Put it all on me because I deserve it.
Yeah. Tim has created a free-for-all where bartenders pour what they want, give away what they want, and now Tim is scratching his head and saying, how am I losing money?
Once those issues were identified, Jon began transforming the bar. Expert bartender Brian Van Flandern created new cocktails for the menu. while Chef Brian Duffy introduced updated food options with larger portions. The old theme was removed and the bar was relaunched as Octane Bar and Grill, a concept built around cars, energy, and a lively sports bar feel. The customers enjoyed the new food and drink, and the energy in the building felt much better.
Everything's going great. A lot of people are trying out our new cocktails.
The new menu seems to be working, and the giant portions are a hit with the customers.
Well done, very good.
6 weeks later, sales had increased by more than 25%, and the bar finally started making a profit, and even stayed open for several years after the rescue. But unfortunately, it faced unexpected challenges. At one point, the bar received a stiffer 7-day suspension for failing to notify the police after their security guard was hit in the head with a rock by the friend of an intoxicated woman, as the two tried to get back inside the bar after being escorted outside. As if that wasn't enough, the Alcoholic Beverages Control Commission also temporarily suspended the bar's license after an ABCC investigator caught 2 underage patrons drinking there. After struggling with recurring problems, the business changed ownership and briefly operated under the Angry Ham's Grill name before closing permanently in mid-2019, 8 years after the bar rescue episode. The building was then listed for sale at $2.9 million. Since then, several other restaurants, including Beacon Street Bar and Grill, have tried to operate in the same location, but they also closed. The space remained vacant until Cafe Bello moved in, and they're currently doing well, earning a 3-star review.